Hi guys, so for today's Busted Out, I've had this for a while. I'm going to use the Crafter's Companion shaped pop-out craft kit. I have held on to this one and not tried it because I kind of dread it a little bit. Just looking at how we have to style this, I'm like, I don't know. So we're going to try it out today though. So if I do have any links for these, if they're available, you know, in places where I have affiliate links, I will have them linked there, and those would be affiliate links, which means I make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. A lot of times you can find the boxes, of course, on Crafter's Companion site themselves. I haven't ordered from their site in a very long time, I mean, over a year, you guys know that, and I would like to, but then every once in a while I hear messages, still comments that, you know, how can I get a hold of them because I didn't get this or that in my order, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do that. And then other people are like, hey, everything's great, you should start ordering again. So, I don't know. HSN brings them back. Maybe you're going to get lucky and find them at Tuesday morning. Although some people did say that they're not going to carry Crafter's Companion stuff at Tuesday morning anymore. And I don't know because my local Tuesday morning got closed. So the one I have is a little bit further out and I haven't been there in a long time. Paper Wishes, scrapbook.com also carries them. So you can find them lots of different places. But this one I know is going to take a minute, so we're going to work on it. I've done other videos on these types of boxes before, and you know, we get through it. It's okay. But with this one, what's different is that the letters are cut here, and also this little kind of like gifts. I don't know. Maybe candles. So I think I'm going to do the birthday cake one, and only out of sheer laziness, because the gifts, even though like this one has like the little ribbon here, if you want this little bow, you're going to fussy cut that. And I'm like, I don't feel like fussy cutting today. Again, if you want to see more videos on, you know, how the Crafter's Companion does it, it used to be Sarah. I think now, and then sometimes some of the other gals would do it, but I think it's usually Craig. I haven't watched one in a long time, but you can go to crafterscompanionbox.com and you can see the videos that are associated with the different boxes, even from back, you know, before. I think I unboxed this a little bit when I got it in, so when I hauled it. So the metal die, huge metal die, and it says birthday. Again, another reason why I haven't used it, because I'm going to have to use one of my bigger machines for this. Because of the width, I believe. Yeah, well, no, yeah, we do really need to use a bigger machine. And then you have your stamps. So these stamps, again, you can stamp like what looks like a cake layers, or, yeah, basically. And then the little gifts. And then here's that bow I was talking about, and you have to cut it yourself if you want to put those on there. I'm like, no. You know, sentiments and other things. Let's see what else we have. Card blanks. So, 4x6. Okay, I was gonna say there's probably gonna be more of them. These are 5x7. I'm not gonna open the other one because it's 6x6 and we know that they're just white card blanks. Assorted pearls, it says. I just realized I need to put some lotion on. Ooh. So you guys, are you guys ready for Diamond Press? I think tonight, Beth is going to have a sneak preview show. I have been working on videos for these items since last month because there is a lot, and some things were supposed to be released in September and they kind of weren't, so I don't know what HSN's doing. So now it's quite a few things. And so I have a lot of videos, so you're going to be seeing a lot of videos coming up soon. Everything's pretty much individual. I think I bundled some items into one video because it's you know, quite a bit. So it'll be really fun. And they're going to have a full hour too. And I know this is just, I'm just talking, you know, this is my personal video, not a review video for a company, so I like to chit chat with you guys. A little more than usual. Anyway, that'll be fun. But oh, how pretty. I love the colors on this. Pretty colorway. So hopefully the papers and things will keep that. Assorted gems. Those were pearls. Yeah, so a few of the items have been released already. I did release the videos for those. If they're going to have $5 cart, I have no idea. I hope they will. I assume they will, just because they did last time. But they didn't last time when it was like that weird, or this September, right? This month was that weird kind of short day. So hopefully they have it. But if not, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have any info on that. But we can hope. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I would love just packs of these just like this. Look at this. It's like gray and like burgundy and that beautiful pinky peach. So pretty. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, lots of things coming up. The first is coming up, so of course we have the Spellbinders stuff. Oh, there's organza ribbon. Some fun new things with Spellbinders. Of course, they're kits, but also, you know, last time around they had a die that goes with their stamp set. the clear stamps. So you guys, I have that one this month to show you guys, which is fun because I didn't get one last month, but I do have it for this month to show you. So on the 1st, you'll see those things. Really pretty. I love this colorway. It looks totally different from what's on the cover. Or at least it does in my opinion. I don't know, maybe the papers are much brighter, but these colors are really pretty and like rich. To me, those are different things, bright and rich, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Okay, envelopes. Just white envelopes, basically, normally. Printed paper, let's check this out. So yeah, I've held on to this for quite some time. I don't even know what box number they're on, but I have received other boxes, many other boxes since then. And I was kind of debating, what do I want to do today? I mean, there's lots of things I want to do. Oh, I also want to try out some more of my Jane Davenport stuff. They're having a big sale on spellbinders for Jane Davenport things. I'll put that link in the description box. But I think I'll leave that for Friday because, you know, on Freeform Friday, we like those kind of things. Which, now that I think about it, today's 20th, 31st. Friday is launch day for lots of things. Sorry, I had a little sneezy. But yeah, Friday is launch day for the new club kits. Cute paper. I like the colors on this one. And this is just like a striped, kind of wallpaper looking stripe. And then this chevron. The colors look prettier on those pearls and things than they do here. I think it's that green, right? We haven't really seen the green. Really cute with the little dots. Again, this one, little funky, little 70s looking. And then they're introducing brown over here. And this one also has the brown gingham. Or, yeah, interesting. Since we didn't really see anything brown before. Let's see what this colored card looks like. Anyhow, but I'm still finishing up the videos because I did, you know, like I said, I've been working away on the Diamond Press videos, and I still have others to finish up. Cute stuff. I'm really surprised at how so much everything coordinates. It's really, really cute. Really comprehensive stuff that they brought out for this time. But you guys will see with Beth if you haven't watched it yet. I forgot what time they're doing live today, but usually it's 7 p.m. Eastern, so probably 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I'll double check and have that info in the description box. A light blush pink, that beautiful purple, green, kind of a tan color, which I really like, and pink. And this one I like for like skin tones. That's why I was like, oh man, I'll take it out of here. I know a lot of you guys take the things out of your boxes and then you do whatever you want with them. And I just can't do that. I have to keep the things in the box. I don't know. Maybe it's better that I do take things out. Okay, so of course they don't come with instructions. I think only once ever did they come with instruction, but that's why you're supposed to watch the videos. Of course, I'm lagging big time because I got this a long time ago. So what I recall is we are going to cut into this, and now I'm going to cut this. This is interesting. I don't know how I want to. Yeah, because I don't want to do any fussy cutting at all. So what I'm going to do is put this to the side here. Sorry, it's going to sound loud. Possibly. Is I'm going to cut that from some smooth card, my Crafter's Companion Ultra Smooth card. I have this piece that I've been cutting into, but we need a bigger piece. And I'm going to use this, and what I want to see is, of course, alright, how wide this is. So basically this is the center point. See how it has these little marks, and that's where you're supposed to put in the center of your card. So I just want to see how big this is. I'm assuming you can put it in a 4x6 card base. I don't really feel like doing a 5x7 card today, guys. Oh, and then we have to decorate the front, huh? Ay, ay, ay. I'm just kind of maxed out right now. Let's see. Just over 5 inches. Well, it's about 5 inches wide at the actual where it's going to cut. And then the depth, what I want to know is the depth from like that middle part. Yeah, that's interesting because it's over 2 inches deep. 4x6. Okay, 4. Okay, yeah, we should be okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's look at the picture on the front. I got rid of my box too early. Let's look at this, because we're also going to possibly use a piece of paper, but I'll decide that later. Like this kind of thing. So we're going to cut a piece of paper that's going to fit in here. This is the I think this is a 6-inch square. It looks really short here, but it's just the vantage angle maybe. I don't know. We're going to do the 4x6, and I'm just going to cut this white, and then we're going to do a piece of paper behind it like this. That's what I like to do to kind of cover it. And this one they kind of kept it, and then they put a little piece of paper on the back, or, you know, however you want to do it. I like to do this kind of thing. So, which is so weird, it just says birthday. Where's the happy? Wishes to you, birthday to you. Happy, oh, there's the happy. Okay, so maybe we'll do that. And then we're going to stamp these little gifts on here. So I'm just trying to think about how big I need this white piece of paper. It doesn't need to be the whole size of the 4x6 card base. So let me grab the card base just so. This is kind of how I look at these things, how I figure it out. So there's the card base. We'll talk about the colored cardstock later. Ooh, they're very much different colors. Can you see that? They're both white, but this is interesting. This is more gray. I don't know. 4x6. I want to put this in here. Ooh, and we need this to definitely be as wide as we need it. I'm just going to go a little bit smaller just to be safe, and then we'll still cover it with cardstock. So let's cut this. If we want it 4x6, let's cut it at 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. Yeah, 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. So 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. I think this guillotine is back in stock on Tonic. I'll link it if it is. I just don't keep it linked because a lot of times they don't keep it. I'll go a little bit bigger than 7. Well, nah, let's just do 7 1/2. And my scoring board. So again, if you want this to really just cover this and you're going to keep just this paper, you might want to make yours a little bit bigger. But 5 3/4 by 7 I just cut myself. I was about to score it, you know, it's 5 3/4 by 7 1/2, right? And 7 1/2 we should score it at 3 3/4 to make half a card. But you don't want to score it because if you put a score line all the way through, look, you're going to make it so it bends in places that you don't want it to bend, right? So I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, well, you can mark it with a pencil. You're still going to score it later, just not quite right now. And honestly, I'll probably score it just a little bit. Let's do that. 3 3/4, like just a little bit. Because I know it's going to, we need, you know, at least that much to be scored. It'll be fine. I'm going to turn it the other way and score at 3 3/4. That way I don't have to follow it and see where that's at. Just a little bit, guys. But you can mark it with a pencil if you want. Woo! Oh, okay, come on. This thing wants to fall on me. Hold on. How are you guys doing today? Oh, everyone's doing great. I know I have some sick friends. Like sickly feelings friends, not sick friends. Anyhow, so, okay, the word birthday is down here. It honestly doesn't matter since this is the same. If I cut it that way, then I'll just turn it when I need it, you know? But we like things to face us. So I'm going to put this right here, and all we're doing is lining this up, and I can see something is not right. I marked something wrong. Hold on. 3 3/4. What did I mark on this side? Oh, okay. 7 1/2. That's 3.5 plus another quarter. Yeah, this is weird. It's not lined up very well, so I'm gonna go with this line. I'm just gonna ignore this one later. That's weird. Okay, so let's just place this here. Actually, what I can do is place this here, 3 3/4, and just kind of making sure that this one's pointing about the same spot. And I'm eyeballing this, you guys, so, you know, as far as up and down, but side to side. See, I'm just leaving like a 1/4 inch maybe on that side. And we're going to run this through a die cutting machine, and I'll probably put it through the M press. I'm going to put this up here because it's going to cut and I don't want to tear anything. You know what I'm saying? It's going to leave it very delicate what's left behind. Probably run it through the M press because it's in front of me. I think I already have it plugged in. Let's see. And so I'll just use whatever plate system. Again, my plates are super well loved. People ask all the time, how do you keep your plates from warping? I do not know. I don't use them that often. I mean, you can see I've used them enough. But recently I just use the marquee pretty much all the time, or the tangerine. I guess I could run this through the tangerine. I don't even have to turn on the Empress. But I don't do anything special. I just don't make it super thick to begin with so that it's not like a lot of pressure going through the machine. And then, like right now, my nose is getting a little runny. So what I would do is just, like I said, use the least amount of pressure. So I always keep this together, but I always use this facing the die. And I know other people like to use the magnetic mat or cut into the magnetic mat, do whatever you like, and then the other plate. And that's it. And I'll just run it through and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Oh. Let's be careful. This is very low-tack tape, but I'm always still careful because you never want to tear anything. And people ask about this tape all the time. Any kind of basic things that I use, not everything, but most, well, a lot of them are in the description box, guys. So you can find them there, including this little guy when we do stamping. And actually, we'll probably use it today. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I have just a lot of stuff on my desk because, like I said, I'm still finishing up some of the videos. And so I have things that I'm like, okay, you gotta get this one done today. Like, I have a schedule, kind of, for myself, which is not like me, but honestly, there was so many things had to get done. Want to make sure not to miss anything. So, there you go. So what we're gonna do is stamp the little pieces in here. And I'm kind of scared. Like, I want to stamp it, but at the same time, that is interesting. Well, I guess because that's the whole how. Let's see. Oh, okay, so they stamped it at the very top. I just want to show you how it's kind of doesn't fill up the whole thing. So they left the bottom area open, and then the presents are a little bit bigger. They take up the whole space. Interesting. That to me looks like it's dripping down, right? Which cake did they use? Oh, okay, they used this one. That's why it looks a little different. I want to use like this guy. And what's cute about this one is that there's two different ones, so you can make it look different, which is nice. Instead of just the one going across. Now, what I'm kind of afraid about, though, is I'll take both of these out. Oh, and then we can do the candles, too. So all these things are basically... You know what? You know how I said I like to cover this with paper? If we do that, the candles aren't going to show up. So I'm not going to do candles. But we can talk about what I would do to get that done if I wanted to, right? If you wanted to do that. So I'm just looking at this. I'm kind of seeing where these things are. I'm kind of going to stamp them by popping it down there, which is not my favorite thing, but we're going to put ink on it. And if I use the stamp positioner, then I'm going to have to see kind of where it's at. Like, it seems like I'm just going to have to do it this way. And so there's the drips. So obviously that's going to start the top down. And they basically stamped them like right up here. Ugh, this scares me. I feel like it's going to... Well, we'll see what happens. LGR is creative, just in case, but I am going to use alcohol ink markers. So let's ink it up. Now, I'm just looking at like that line there. You can fold it if you want, but if you bend it, it's going to be a little bit harder to stamp because your paper is going to be wonky. So I'm just going to line it up and hope that I don't stamp on, see, right there, right there. I don't like that. But that's as big as it is. I can't avoid that, see? Oh well, okay. So let's say, I'm going to skip that next one because I'm going to use the other stamp. And then we'll go right in here. Oh my gosh. That one I did crooked, so that was my fault. And again, right towards the top. Okay. If you are afraid to do what I just did, definitely use a stamp positioner and then place it, clean off the ink so you know you can place it the next time. Keep going from there. And I'm trying to line it up in a way that maybe you can't tell that I had messed up. You know what I'm saying? Gone over. See, right there? I stamped it so it's basically touching each other. So it's like, oh yeah, that was supposed to be that way. I don't know. Alright. And again, lining up that top line. Oh well. Okay. Not bad. I'm going to let that set up. I'm going to bring a stamp mat because I want to color this and I don't want it to bleed through. And then we'll fold it up and start assembling the card. Okay. So while I let that continue drying, I'm just going to color my letters. Now, you can just run the die through again and then snip the letters and then pop them on here. You know what I'm saying? Run it through a different color. But I don't really feel like doing all that snipping, and for some reason to me coloring it is what I want to do. So I think about the colors that are in the kit. I don't know what I want to do. Let me see. Violet, light, and violet medium. Let me see what these colors look like. Okay, that's violet light. Medium. I think what I'm going to do is just color these in this purple color. So, maybe this is not what you want to do, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to color these with markers. And I don't know that I'm going to do a second color, so I'm just going to add more color with the same one. And you see that it looks like shading, even though it's the exact same color, it's just more of that color. And then you can do different colors, but I'm going to do them all purple, just because, again, I don't really remember what's all in this paper pack, but I remember there's purple in there. These are actually from the first iteration of the diamond press markers. And I'm just going to do a little more here. Make it look like shading, like I said. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on all the letters, just like you saw. I'll be right back. Alright. Now I think I'm pretty happy with that. Now I know I did mess up a little bit here and there. I got a little bit further out. So you can take a blender pen. I'm just going to grab this one that I always have handy. It's, you know, not even the Diamond Press brand one, which is fine because it's basically just alcohol. It's the medium that's in there without color. And hopefully you can see what I just did. Just clean that up. And as it dissipates, it'll clear up even better. So just a little bit there, a little bit here. I don't want to get the letter D in the way. Actually, we should go this way. And it just pushes that back to the back of the paper. So instead of showing that purple up front, it'll get pushed back here, see? And I think I had one more spot right here. Anyway, there's that. Okay. And it's kind of interesting. I don't know what this cake is supposed to look like, because that looks like icing to me. So then, okay, let's do that. Okay. I don't know that this set has a brown that I like, so I'm gonna go grab my other markers. But what I mean is like a light brown, so I'll get the neutral colors from the other set. But let's say we want to make the cake pink, and I always like using, I think in this set, pink light and pink and red light. Let me see, was it that? It was pink. Yeah. So I'm using pink light and red light, and if we're going to do the icing, I'm just going to come across here. You know, just a little bit of that light pink. Actually in here too. I'm not sure what the little bubbles are supposed to be. I'm just going to do that. And then a little bit of red light. Like I said, I don't know if those bubbles are supposed to be colored in. I'm just going to color them in with the pink light. And then I'll go over the whole thing with pink light again. And then I'm going to go grab my neutral. And I think what I'll do is I'll color it down to here. That way it looks like cake layer, you know, and we're not missing anything. But I will be right back. So again, I grabbed the neutral colors from the new Mega kit from Diamond Press. And have that there. That's all I did, and I just colored it down to wherever the line was. And then these guys, I just kind of go like this, and then add a little bit of the, so it's just light and medium. And I use this a lot for skin tones. I use it a lot for baked goods. I don't know. It works for everything. There we go. Cute. Okay, so now when we go to fold this, these guys need to come forward. This is going to go back, see there? But I don't want to squeeze these in the wrong spot, so I'm trying to train this without giving extra lines, you know? So like that one there, and actually this is supposed to be like right here. I don't know why I marked the wrong spot. And as you see, it's starting to go. So I'm just being very gentle with it, just kind of coaxing it. I'll do my little letters at the very base is where they need to move up. Very base, not really anywhere else. The last time I used one of these pop-up things was that weird set that had the little animals, if you guys remember, and that was a nightmare. I think I should return that set, and I never really return things. I say that every once in a while. It seems like I've been returning things more and more now. Oh, which reminds me, HSN is in their Christmas return policy. So I think since September, the beginning of September. So you have until January to return anything you buy now going forward. clearly, because you're not going to go back in the past. But let's say you bought something at the beginning of September and you aren't aware that you can still return it all the way until January. And I don't remember when in the beginning of September, so don't take my word for it. You might definitely want to check. But anyway, so look, now we're getting there. I know. I'm just being very, very careful, and you probably don't even have to be this careful. But I would take this same care with anything that's like this. Ugh, the lines on this one are... Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. I'm trying to... Okay, pinch. 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 That one might be a little bit too messed with. Okay, there we go. You see? We're getting it. So what we're trying to do is get this stuff going over here. And then, that's the other. These also have to bend at the very top of the paper. Right, so at the base, at the top, and I'm kind of pinching them more. Once I get them where I want them to be, I give it a definite pinch, and that helps. So I'm doing it very slowly, very deliberately. Down here, down here, down here. Alright guys, we're almost there. Again, I do this very, very, very deliberately. Now I'm doing the bottoms of these guys. They do have, what's that word called? Score lines, but you know, once you get here, you gotta get that score line defined. Okay, alright. Now we can pinch this one. Pinch this one a little better. And then I'm gonna try to test it out as much as I can here. This goes back, those go forward. I'm being very careful, so, ooh, hit my head on my lamp. Now this is, I'm just, you know, a lot of times, this is how the sausage is made, you know, and I know sometimes we watch videos and it's like, oh, so easy, or oh, this one's already folded for us, you know, and it's like, this is literally how you have to do it if you want it to look nice, right? It's possible that you can bend it other ways more quickly, but if you want it to look nice, this is the kind of care you're going to take. And you see, it took me a minute, but we got it. I just want to make sure that's level over there. Very interesting. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let's see, it's a little bit crooked somewhere, but you know what? I'm not going to mess with that because, oh well. Okay, so it looks like this. And then we're going to take this and put it in here. Very interesting in that it ends up, even though those little lines there showed you that that's the middle, look. We have this whole like 1/4 inch sticking out on the top, so I'm going to trim it down because otherwise it's going to give me problems. You know what I'm saying? Look how close it is up here. But check that out. Interesting. Now that could be because remember how when I scored it a little bit off, so maybe I should have gone with the other one. That 1/4 inch would have been accounted for. But for now, all I'm going to do is cut it off, guys. We're going to cover it anyway, so I don't really care. I'm just going to take off a little bit. And I'm not measuring this so much as I'm just going to eyeball this. How much does this want to fit in here? And just take a little bit off. Okay. So, if you wanted to do the candles, you would stamp them like on that line, and I would do it when it was still flat, but basically on that score line, you would stamp them so it looks like the candles are coming up from here, right? And so there's lots of ways to do this to finish it off. We've done many different ways here on the channel. Sometimes, you know, it looks really nice and clean like this, though. Aw. But anyway, sometimes I'll take the same die, I'll run it through with pattern paper, and then we'll put the pattern paper in here and tuck it in here, which is probably what I'm going to do. You can put pattern paper in the back also, so when you see through this, you're seeing a different color, not just white, but I kind of like that, it makes it pop. You can make it so that you also are going to put the pattern paper on these edges, so those edges are covered, you know, however you want to cut it. What I'm going to do is take this for now, and I'm going to select a piece of paper and I'll be right back. So this is kind of what I was looking at. These papers are so weird, and honestly this is not my favorite, but I think this probably matches the best. We'll go with it. So now we're going to make our choices as far as when I run this through. I really want this to cover up this area. I'm telling you, it looks really nice like that too. You could be done and then just do the happy, right? But it's okay. So let's see. This is 4 by 6, right? So I want like 5 and 5/8 by almost the whole 8 inches too. So I'll probably do that and then just trim it down just to make it easy so I don't have to do a lot of math right now. Where is my trimmer? Here it is. So I'm gonna go like this. And we're gonna do 5. What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant 5 7/8. Sorry, because I want to cover it up mostly. 5 7/8. This paper 8 inches. It better be. Yeah. So this is already 8 inches as it is, so that's fine. What I'm gonna do is just take this and basically just center it. So I'll find the 4-inch mark. Hopefully, if I don't mess it up like I did before. Let's see here. 8 inches. 4-inch mark is here. And I can see that it's 2 over from this guy, so that's why I flipped my paper earlier, just because I was like, oh, I don't want to follow it and not really press it, and then what if I get off the thing, and then I end up doing that anyway. Birthday down here, because the pattern is actually the same either way, but we're going to center that down the center there. Here we go, right there. Okay, and that should do it. Again, I'm just eyeballing up and down. Up and down in this direction, it's really side to side, right, if I had the papers oriented right. And again, we're going to go ahead and hopefully not let this move. Run it through, and I'll be right back. Okay. I don't know if it's just me. My mind is completely like bleh right now. Because I'm pretty much done with this, and then I was just thinking, I'm like, I gotta do the front. Don't want to do the front. Okay. So like I said, you're going to trim this down to wherever you think makes you happy. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is trim off. Cut right down where we put our score lines. I'm just going to turn it over so I can see, because I can see the score line better here. 4 inches. Boom. Straight across. Missed a little bit there, but that's okay. Straight from there, straight from here. And that's basically going to release that. And now, actually it's easier to see on this side, I'm going to cut these pieces. Now, I just want this pattern paper to tuck in, and I'll show you what I mean. But it needs to tuck in here. I'm trying to just get this straight, because it will be very noticeable with that white paper. Tuck right in here. I'm just cutting straight across, because we're going to take this like a little mat and put it on top of here. And I've shown you guys in the past, like, okay, so let's say we got it tucked in there, we're happy with that. Do you want that pattern to also go on this white area, or just leave it white? If you want the pattern to follow in there, I like to cut it off anyway, because remember when you have folds, a lot of times it's really tight and it's just like a pop-up, you can't open it completely, so I'll cut it off anyway. And then I'll come back and get that piece that I'm missing. So let me just show you what I mean by that. I'm just going to follow the score line, hopefully. I feel like I kind of messed that one up a little bit. Came in a little round on that. So this tucks in here perfectly. And I like that little white showing, that's fine. But let's say you still want it. So now what I would do is I would come in here, and you have to be very strategic about this. You have to think about it. It's this top one, like this. Right across the top, and then basically wherever you see the score lines for the cake, you know, so it's just this top part. So this next one is like way down here. No, it's not. Where is it? That's right here. I'll say that doesn't seem right. Right here, and then this one is like in here. Okay, this one you have to make up, because it's kind of in a weird spot. But you see what I'm saying? So now if you wanted this to cover that, you're cutting it in the right spot. So it'd be like here, here, and here. There should be score marks. I see them on the first two. I don't know what happened to that middle one. Like it's this one, and it's this one, and this one I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. So now you have this piece that you can then glue down here, if that's what you wanted. But I don't. I'm going to leave that. So I just need to rescue this bottom part, which is basically just snipping off all the little letters. And actually, this will help us. So just the very base of the letters. Snip. 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 Okay, I'm not going to say snip every time. Cut. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Little Trim away there. And you would do the same thing, let's say if you wanted the letters colored. Remember earlier I had mentioned that if you wanted to get the letters, just run it through again. So like, let's say I wanted to get this B off of here. And actually I can probably just keep this in the box for next time. And then you would have glued that letter B on top of this. And then you'd have your letters colored with the paper. Whew, alright. Now, you know me and my pet peeve about things opening or not opening. I feel like if I glue this completely, it doesn't have to open. See how it's already, see what happens there? And this pops up because of that. Because if it's held down, look, that wants to pop up. It's just not going to open and close the same. So what I'm going to do is snip this a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right of that junction. And this is just something I do, and then people tell me, oh, just glue it in there. I've been doing these for years, and I do not like that. So that's just me. You do it however you like. I do not like that it tugs, and they're like, and just pull it open, and it'll make a mark, and then it's fine. It's like, yeah, I understand. I don't like it. So thank you, but no. All right. Let's see. So I'm putting glue all over this, and glue all over down here, and I'm just gonna do it at the same time. That's why. Because I'm going to close it and make sure that this sits right. Okay, only glue on those panels. You're not putting any glue behind here, behind the lettering or anything like that. Okay, and I'm just going to center that. Push it all the way in, because again, I know I did my little snippy, I did some fun things there. And then this one, up here. Okay. So even now, if I wanted to open it up really, I could, but we don't need it to open that much. The problem is opening and closing, and that's why those hinges, I cut into them. Looks good. Looks good. And then I can open it up. I can probably open it flat if I really wanted to. But see that little space in there? It's white and white. I don't care. But again, if you don't like that, you know, do your thing. And then this guy will match right up to the very tip anyway, so it's going to cover that up a little bit. And like I said, it was exactly 8 inches here, so what I'm going to do is trim off a little bit. I don't really like it touching all the way to the edge. So I am going to just trim a little bit off the bottom and a little bit off the top, because if you see right here to here, it's 4 inches. I don't know if you can see that mark. So I'm going to take a little bit off, so we're like at 3 7/8 or something. Just about there. And I'll do the same thing with the top, and I'm gonna take a little bit off this because I cut it a little bit crooked, I noticed. Okay. And so now I'm gonna put glue all over this. You know what's funny? I didn't feel like this took a long time, but I have a feeling it took a long time. Have a feeling this video is gonna be a little bit long. Alright. So it takes a little time. It is cute. It's very cute. I was dreading this one, like I said, but you know what? It's pretty cute. There are some steps we need to follow, for sure. And, okay. So you make it best intentions to line it up. It's a little bit crooked, like you can see more white space here than here, but then who knows, maybe the card is not cut the right way. It doesn't matter. If you went to, you know, try it out and you don't like that, what I would do is trim a little bit off of this one, and that way it look more like this other side. And then same thing, I'm going to put glue all over the back of this and just snuggle it in here. Cut off that little top 7/8 of it, or, you know, 1/8 of an inch. And I'll be right back. Ooh, that's busy. Okay, I'll be right back. Put the glue on there. I took that little top piece of it off. It's kind of funny though, because it's the exact same width, right? But up here it looks more lined up, right? You know, I don't know, as far as this edge. So say maybe the card itself wasn't quite centered or, you know, flush. What's the word? Perfectly 4x6, I don't know. And there's our card. And now we can close it and open it, and there's no problem. Like I said, I can open it flat because of that little trick that we do. I am going to color a little bit more pink up here. I'm usually not that picky, but I can see that. I missed that very top part. You know what I'm saying, when I was coloring it the first time? So I'm just coloring that in. Alright, there we go. And since it just says birthday, I want a happy. So I guess what we have to do is stamp it and then cut it out or something. So let me see about what I want to do about that. Does this one go here? No, this one goes here. And that'll be it. I don't know if I'm gonna decorate the front because I'm kind of like I said, I feel like this is going on. I'm happy. And let me think. I have a little extra. This stamping card is really nice, and maybe what I'll do is something like that. And then we'll use like what's that thing called? A tag punch or something to cut it so it looks like something cute. So let's go here. It's a little bit higher than I want. Actually, low. Should I stamp it with pink? I was thinking about stamping it with this purple here, but I think it's a very different purple than what I have down there. So let's just go with like a pink. That way it's on purpose a different color, right? Even though we don't have a lot of pink in this, but that's okay. I made the cake pink, so I thought, okay, we'll do this pink. Don't move on me, buddy. It's a little rough. Let's do it again. These are interesting, these hybrid inks from LDRS Creative, because sometimes some are juicy, some are drier. I guess it depends on the pigment and the color, right? The color itself, because how they pigmented it. And they are hybrid, which is a hybrid of dye ink and pigment, and you know, this one's very juicy, kind of wet, so I had to stamp it twice because it kind of wanted to bead up. When some of the other ones are drier and it just sticks. So I guess it just, like I said, depends on the pigment itself that they need to use to make the color. I just repeated myself. I basically said the same thing in circles. Okay, let's see here. What I'm gonna do is, I don't know if it's gonna work out for me, because that tag cutter that I have, it does 2" and 2.5 inch, and 2" on this is way too wide. So I think I'm just gonna make it up. Let's see. 1.5 inches, that's really big. Let's do it. Okay. Since I'm gonna do this by my own, I'm just gonna take a little bit off the top and a little bit off this bottom part. 1 inch. Ooh. Trying to see if that's about right. 1 1/8. You know, from the P's and then where the H is touching, that's about right, right? So what I'm going to do is cut a piece of paper from the colored cardstock that'll mat behind this, and I'm going to trim this down too, so don't worry about that, but I'll be right back. So I got another piece of paper, just a purple paper that I cut. So this is 1 1/8 by like 3 3/8, so this is 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. I know those are weird numbers, but I'm going to try to cut this away, and I'm wondering if I can still use my tag die and just eyeball it, right? If I center it as well as I can and bring it down as low as I think I should, like right there. Oh, I'm gonna start squeezing, we'll see what happens. Yay! And it didn't have to follow within their guidelines there, so that's good. And, ooh, that looks better. Let me see, punching this way, and we'll see what happens. See, when I cut this, the white core kind of started showing, but on this side it looks great. So I'm wondering if I punch it down. We'll see. Alright, again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm looking at the very edges of the sides and hopefully bringing it down. And I'm kind of holding it up against this platform so I can make sure that I'm good. See what happens. Ooh, good. I'm going to use this side because the other side has that white weirdness. Okay, that works, except for that I pushed this out. Actually, that looks kind of cute with the flush, but I wasn't planning on that. So I'm going to take a little bit off of this. Just a little bit, and yeah, I'm totally doing my eye, which I probably shouldn't. But I did. Look at that. Okay, works out. I left a very small margin on that. That's why it was a little bit trickier. Woo! What are we going to do for the outside? Probably nothing in this video. I'll come back and do that with something else. I don't know. I do like the trio dies, and that's pretty much how I always end up finishing off one of these cards, because they're just like run it through, big, huge font, you know, die on the front, die cut, and you're good to go. But I am done for today, you guys. And this might even be too big for this anyway. Yeah, no, it's good. Now, this is the thing. Do you want to put it down here? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. To me, it'd be happy birthday, right? Birthday happy? I don't know. That's interesting. I'm going to put it up here. And I'm just going to glue it down. But if you want to give it a little dimension, you can definitely do that. It does look kind of cute down here. It just seems weird. So if you were to put down here like birthday wishes, you know, I would do that. But the happy, I feel like, needs to go ahead. So there it is. Sorry that the outside's not decorated yet, but really sweet. I mean, I like the final result. But it does take a minute to get there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll have some images for you guys. If it's available somewhere, like, you know, I can find her if it's even, I don't know. Again, it was box number, what, 34? I don't know. I have the images for you guys there. Make sure, you know, check out Die Impress's live so you guys can see some of the things in real life. Again, I'll have my videos. I try to, you know, let them go once the links are there so you can check it out, you know, see the pricing, see what you want to do. But those things will be coming up soon, right, for the craft day the 5th. But there are some other items that are being released. Even today, HSN released the crackers set, but they came out like a Christmas cracker or a celebration cracker, but the main die set is not available, so it's the add-on that's available. So if you bought that and you miss out on the actual main die set, you're just going to have some really cute little Santa Claus things, but it doesn't, you're not going to have the cracker set for it to work with, you know? Kind of odd. So hopefully they'll maybe by this time that you see this, they have released it. I'll have, obviously, the videos going for you. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you at the next one. There are going to be plenty coming out every day. All right? Bye now.